My twin sister claims I was the one driving during the accident that put her in a coma. The police just told me I'm an only child. For the last 3 weeks, my world has been the size of this hospital room. It smells like antiseptic, and the only sound is the rhythmic beep of the heart monitor connected to my twin sister Clara. The doctor said I was lucky. I walked away with a concussion and a broken arm, but I don't feel lucky. I feel a gnawing guilt because I can't remember the crash. I remember us singing along to the radio, Clara laughing at one of my terrible jokes. Then, nothing. Just the blinding white of headlights. And now this. Me, in a chair, watching her sleep, praying for her to wake up. Yesterday, she did. Her eyes fluttered open, and the first thing she did was look right at me. A wave of relief, so powerful it almost brought me to my knees, washed over me. But then her expression hardened. She raised a trembling hand and pointed a finger at me. Her voice was a dry, rasping whisper, but her words were like a gunshot in the silent room. You were driving. My blood ran cold. My parents rushed to her side. I shook my head, my own voice barely a whisper. No, Clara, you were driving. You always drive on road trips. She just stared at me, her eyes filling with tears of pure hatred. Liar, she hissed. My parents wouldn't look at me. They just kept shushing her, telling her she was confused, but their faces were a mask of fear and pity, a look directed at me, not her. Today, a detective came to take my official statement. I told him everything, how Clara had insisted on driving, how we'd swapped seats. I described our shared life, the identical tattoos on our wrists, the scar above our left eyebrows from when we fell out of the same treehouse. The detective listened patiently, but then he opened his file. Ma'am, he said gently, the car is registered to a Sarah Jensen. That's you, correct? I nodded, and the paramedics only found one person at the scene. You. My frustration boiled over. That's ridiculous. She exists. Go ask my parents. He held up a hand to calm me down. We did speak to your parents, he said, and your doctors. They've been very concerned about your well-being. They explained your history. A cold dread began to seep into my bones. My history? What are you talking about? The detective took a deep breath, his expression softening into one of professional sympathy. Sarah, your doctor told me that severe trauma can trigger dissociative states, especially in patients with a history of it. Your parents said you created Clara when you were 6, after your brother died. They said she helps you cope. He pointed towards the hospital bed. There is no Clara, Sarah. That person in the bed, that's you. You've been the one in a coma for 3 weeks. Your fingerprints were the only ones on the steering wheel. My head started to spin. I looked at my arm, the one I thought was broken. There was no cast, just an IV line taped to my skin. I looked down at my wrist, where my identical tattoo should have been. There was nothing. The detective's voice seemed to come from a great distance. According to your parents and every official record we can find, you're an only child. And in that sterile, quiet room, the rhythmic, hopeful beep of the heart monitor suddenly sounded like a clock, counting down the seconds of a life I thought I knew.